Hello, everybody. You're welcome to Just for Women Africa. And my name is Olaleko. I'm also the founder of Just for Women Africa. And today we're on a Zoom interview all the way from Canada. We have with us Bamidele, the CEO and founder of Ovia Reflex. Bamidele is a professional photographer based in Canada. She has worked with fashion magazines, editorials, beauty salons and all. And she has, of course, taught people how to do photography and passed on her talent to other people. Today, she'll be talking to us on why she decided to go into a career of photography, her plans for the future, and of course, the challenges that comes along with being a female photographer in Canada. Yeah, welcome to Just Women Africa, Bamidele.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, Bami. The first question I think I would ask is why did you decide to go into photography and how long have you been doing it for?
Photography, and before I got caught, photography has always been a part of me. Growing up, my mom was a photographer, my dad was also a photographer, but it was like a hobby. Then eventually, my mom went into it full time. I mean, I was 4 years old when I was taking my mom's film to go help her print out at the printing press. So, fast forward to like my time in college, university, I I stumbled upon photography by chance in church. I was in like the ushering unit, and we had just one person on the media team, and it was not always available every Sunday to come take pictures of our Sunday service. Then I saw and I volunteered and said, okay, I can do this. But mind you, I've never handled the digital camera. I mean, by the time my parents are photographers, they were handling analog camera. So I never even tried digital camera, but I was so sure. I was just like, oh, my mom was a photographer, I can do this. And that was when I started photography, and the marks I got after taking the first Sunday service, second Sunday service, kind of like made me like say, okay, maybe I might do this for now in school. But the more I kept on investing my time and energy into photography, and I kept on like going all the way, and now it's 7 years now. So it just came by chance, and I'm happy I found it.
Okay, that's nice to know. So at least photography is in the DNA in the family.
Yeah, I'll say that. I'll say that. I'll say that.
All right, that's nice though. All right, so can you tell us, do you remember your very first client that you took a professional picture of?
Will I say professional? So so in fellowship, after I took the first Sunday service, right? Then we had like a group page where we could like upload stuff that happened in Sunday service, talk about the next Sunday service. So my job was to like upload images that are shot on the page. Now, before then, I was a graphic designer. So that what I was doing in school was, as a student, I was a graphic designer. I was like designing logos, and I had knowledge of Photoshop and most of all these softwares. So now the difference between me and the photographer we had back then in school, in church, was that he was just going to like just upload the images just as he shot it. But no, I had skills in graphic designing. So I took those pictures, experimented on them, and kind of like edited them, then uploaded it on the page. Then everybody was surprised and like, this is beautiful, this is beautiful. Then the next thing was that there was a lady in church that contacted me for my first job. She just told me she wants to do birthday shoots. I had to go look for photographers around. What is birthday shoots? Because me as a person, I was taking pictures. I didn't even know they pay to take pictures. So I was like, I just know that I was going to walk into a studio and just pay for like two pictures and print them out. So when she's like, I want birthday, she just have copies. Those words were so like strange. So I had to like go meet a friend that was a photographer. Okay, somebody was take birthday shoot portrait. How much do I charge? So the lady just told me, just charge what you can charge. And do you have a camera? Do you need to rent a camera? These are the things you look into it. So that's how I got my first client. And that was like 8,000 naira back then. Then I gave her like 20 edited pictures, and I like edited the images because I was good with editing already from graphic designing. So, and that's gonna be my first money I know I made, which was 8,000 naira back then in when I started photography. Yeah.
Okay. How long ago was that? What year was that?
Oh, 2014. That was 2014. That will
2014.
be that will be 8 years.
8 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a long time ago. Okay. So can you tell us, basically you've been doing photography about 8 to 10 years now, ever since you were born. Um, can you tell us what actually makes a good picture and what makes a bad picture?
So like I'll say, I think I've answered this question once. Someone asked me, good picture, bad picture is subjective. I wouldn't say sometimes even when you say, oh, this picture is bad, some other people will say and they'll tell you this is art. The fact that the picture is blurry makes it look like the picture is emotion. So now if I say, okay, blurry picture is a bad picture, another person will tell you a blurry picture is a picture that is emotion and is like it's an artwork. So it's subjective. But for me now, I shoot clean beauty and style, right? I tend to like shoot that kind of picture. So if I see a picture that isn't sharp and isn't colorful or isn't focusing on the highs, because like now I say the highs is the beauty of anybody literally. So whenever I'm taking pictures, anytime, and if it has to do with a subject like opening their eyes and looking at my camera, I kind of like always want the focus to be on the eyes, right? So if I see a picture that has the eyes out of focus, which is like the eyes probably not sharp, I would see it's a bad picture for me. Or a picture with the eyes fluttering, I'll say it's a bad picture for me. Or the lighting not flattering to the skin, I'll say that's a bad picture for me. So good picture, bad picture is subjective.
Well, I do agree with you at that. I mean, could be a good picture or bad picture is objective. It depends on who's looking at the picture. All right, Bami. Okay, could you tell us what is it like being a female photographer? Do you get offers turned down because you're a woman, or people uh, you get people coming towards, I mean, hiring you because you're a woman?
Okay, yeah. So I'd say by the time I started photography, really, right? I think that was when people were just embracing the idea of a female photographer, and we had like fabulous female photographers like making the name for us back then. We had T.Y. Bello, Mufe, and they were like doing so well. So whenever, because naturally, like the older citizens or older people you have to work with, they'll be like, she's a woman, can she do the job? I got that a lot. Then later on, because of the other female photographers had like set for us, I kind of get, instead of getting can she do the job, do you plan to be like T.Y. Bello? Do you plan to be like this person? And so let's say by the time I entered into photography, things were getting better in the sense of stereotyping and seeing whether or not you being a female photographer you can do well. And sometimes when they see my work, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of times when the people see my work, they kind of like, oh, it's a guy. I thought it was a guy that shot it. I don't know, maybe they say because it's quite edgy or still feminine. It has the masculine and feminine touch in it. I can't say. But from what you asked me now, you said what are the challenges I faced? I wouldn't say I've exactly faced challenges. I don't know. Many of the times, I wouldn't even know if a job was like turned down because I was a photographer, a female photographer. I won't get that information. But I know that I've gotten some jobs because I'm a female photographer. In situation whereby the husband is not comfortable with the like with a male photographer photographing his wife. So I kind of like I'm gonna be there. They're going to look for a female photographer that can do the job, right? So I've gotten a lot of jobs because I'm a female photographer, but I wouldn't say about the male photographer or losing jobs because I'm a female photographer. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know about that.
Okay. All right, that's good to know. You're getting some jobs. Okay, so let's talk about the demographics. You started photography in Nigeria. Now you're based in Canada. How are you able to transition that role from Nigeria to Canada, getting into the Canadian market to get photography jobs?
Okay, so I'm still transitioning. I'm still quite new. I'm less than a year, so I would say I'm still transitioning. But I wouldn't lie. If I tell you it's quite hard, I'm lying, because it has been very easy. And the major factor for me has been God. I mean, I told God that I'm leaving. You're taking me to a new land and you're literally going to favor me in this land. So I would say the best factor that has made this transitioning easy for me is God, has been God. Like, it's still God is doing wonders. Then another factor was that I have a very fabulous portfolio. Let me brag just a bit. And I created quite a number of clients that I've turned from being just a client to being a family, right? So by the time I just like I broke the news in the internet that, oh, hey guys, I'm no longer in Nigeria, I'm now in Canada. Instead of getting, so initially I was scared I was gonna get a lot of clients saying, oh, you've left us, you left us. Yes, I got the you've left us, but aside from the you've left us message, I got a lot of, I just told my friend in Ottawa that you're in Canada now. Are you in Ottawa? Where are you? I just told my friend in Ontario. I was getting DMs and emails. So person sent me your contact. I'd like to take pictures. The first week I put up online that I was in Canada, I had a lot of inquiries. I'd not even like balance, figure out my pricing rates, figure out a lot of things, that I had a lot of inquiries. So I would say that is like favor of God, basically. That's what I say. And a lot of favor from men. So that's what has helped with my transitioning. Then also me investigating a lot about the market of Canada, knowing how much I'm meant to charge, knowing how much competition is charging, knowing what I can do to like entice a lot of clients to come work with me, and how to like retain them, because it's nice. It's a whole different market. I'm not gonna lie, like it's a whole different market. The Western world is no joke. I know, like every single day I'm like writing emails, like I'm writing a proposal. Every client is like, you're writing a business proposal to a big company. I'm so used to like having most of my clients in Nigeria like talk to them on WhatsApp or Instagram DM. But over here, the best way is like you have to send emails, hello there. So it's a whole different ball game. So I thank God that I was able to like adapt so fast, and I was right there researching every minute. So it's been very easy. Thankful. Very easy.
Okay, that's good to know. That's to know that the transition is going in easily. All right. So can you tell us what kind of photographs do you take? I mean, wedding, birthdays.
So I've been called a versatile photographer, in the sense that even though they say jack of all trades, it's not a problem for me. So I can shoot a lot of pictures, different types of pictures, but my major strength is in beauty. Not like deep down beauty shot. My major strength is in shooting beauty portraits, creating pictures that, in a sense, that your subject looks like super fabulous and beautiful. That's like my major strength. So I can say my major strength is in beauty and fashion, because I can sell your physical beauty and I can sell whatever you're wearing on you. So I'll say I'm a fashion photographer, but I shoot wedding. So whenever I'm shooting your wedding, I'm shooting your wedding in a fashion way. So just know that by the time you get your pictures, you won't be getting a dull black and white colored pictures from me. You'll be getting a colorful fashion wedding picture, right? So if you're wearing like a fabulous wedding dress and you really want to document it in a fashion way, I'm the photographer for you. And yeah, I do some birthday, I do events, but just so you know, it's gonna be colorful. So I'd say I'm a fashion photographer that can shoot some colorful images for you. That's what I call myself.
Okay. All right. All right. So we're about to bring the interview to a close. I have like two or three more questions for you, then we'll bring the interview to a close. Um, I've interviewed a lot of photographers over the last 2 years or so, and one thing that always comes up is how come photographers never have pictures of themselves?
So like I have a lot of pictures of myself, right? But the pictures I have are not like, I find it difficult having to go take like corporate headshots or profile pictures of myself. They're mostly pictures of me unaware, or maybe I just go out for like travel, or I just like on vacation, maybe full shots of me or me holding my camera, and there's like so much distraction in the picture. But for me to sit down and be in the studio, there's like, we have limited time. We're literally living on both time, especially like commercial photographer like me. I'm like living on both, and like every little time is like, I need to maximize this time. So before I can even think about myself, I will have to be selfish. So right now, I'm not yet selfish. All I'm trying to do is satisfy my clients, satisfy my needs, trying to figure out how to reply to this email. To sit down and not say, okay, I want to not take a profile of myself. Oh, I've think about it, but it's always very hard because we're always, so I'll say we are always very busy to do that. And we never think about it. It's always like a secondary thought. So I think that's what that will answer that.
Okay. I do agree with you on that. All right. So can you tell us what's the feature for Ovia Reflex?
So I know, I mean, as of last year, I knew what I was going to be in 5 years. As at now, I have a whole different thing. What I just know is that Ovia reflects the brand, Ovia reflects the photography outfit. It's going to see, it's so difficult for me to say really, because all I just know that it's going to be a very, very global brand, and it's going to like touch a lot of lives eventually. Like I'm going to be like well known and well established, and I'm going to like be able to like make a lot of stories with different people all over the world. So that's why I see myself impacting in lives of so many people over the world and creating a school of photography eventually. So I see myself becoming a teacher in photography in the next 5 years. So
Okay.
fingers crossed on that.
All right, that's amazing. I look forward to your photography school. All right. Okay. So people, so women around the world, in Nigeria, in Africa, in Europe, in America, who are watching the interview and who love it, what's your advice to women out there who feels a man's world and uh, they're finding they want to do photography but they're scared to get into photography? What's your advice to them?
So I'll just say, just do it. Like, so the fact that it has crossed your mind that you want to do this, like, forget about even any limitation, forget about anything, just start. Like if you limit yourself before trying, you are just like putting yourself to fail already. You just have to start, basically. Then face every challenges a step at a time. Every challenges that come your way, one at a time. Before you know it, you would have forgotten about the challenges you had yesterday. Yeah, you're facing another one today. So just do it, basically. Forget about every limitation. Clear that out of the way. Just do it, basically.
I agree with you. Just do it, just start, and don't let limitation be the barrier in front of you. All right, Bamtele. Would you like to give out your contact details for people who are watching who would like to hire you, reach out to you over there in Canada?
Yeah, so my Instagram handle is ovia_reflex. REFLEX, ovia_reflex. Then yeah, that's it. Then my email, do I have to say my email address?
If you want to.
It's quite long. oviareflex3112@gmail.com. That's my email. So if you need to reach out to me, you can reach out to me through my DM, or you could get my email address from, in case you don't get it now, from my profile, and we can talk.
All right, that was great. So if you also are watching, you can see her email address on the screen and her DM and her Instagram handle. All right, Bamidele, thank you so much for doing the interview with us. Really appreciate it. We look forward to interviewing again in future.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And to our viewers, don't forget to like, subscribe, tell a friend who knows a friend about Just Women Africa. And to the next show for Bamidele and us in Canada, it'll be bye.
Bye.